guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So today we have a very special friend of mine, Shovik Malik. So he recently cracked Wipro. So welcome Shovik to my channel.
Yeah, thank you for that warm introduction. No one ever gave that kind of introduction to me because this is probably my first interview someone is taking. So yeah, I'm very excited to be. This is going to come on your YouTube channel, right?
Yes. So
Oh,
I'm making
I am.
for everyone who does not know, I'm making a series where there is going to be a number of students who are sharing their interview experience. So it's going to be helpful for you guys. So Shovik is one of them. He recently cracked to Wipro with flying colors, though it was pandemic, but it didn't matter to him at all. He gave his best, worked hard, and was able to crack Wipro. Very few students were selected out of the total number applied. So uh, he did it. He did it, and will learn how he did it. He's going to be sharing his experience. So Shovik, so first question is
Yeah.
from which board you did your 10th and 12th board? Like, what was your 10th?
So actually, yeah. So actually, I did my 10th and 12th from West Bengal board, which is state board of West Bengal. Yeah, it makes sense. So yeah, that's the board from where I did my
And
10th and 12th.
I believe you also chose computer science to be your BTech subject.
Yeah, I chose computer science to be my BTech subject, though I didn't have computer science in any of my school years.
So can I ask, like, why did you went for computer science rather than, there are a number of topics, a number of subjects, a number of streams are there. Why did you choose BTech in computer science? What was the reason?
Yeah, yeah. First of all, that is a very interesting question that you asked because the story is really interesting. Because since my childhood, I was always the creative guy and everything. Like people used to have a tray of toys, right? So
Right.
I also had a tray, but the tray was of broken toys. I never had a full toy for more than 2 days after I bought that. So
Okay.
since then, I knew that I have to create something. Innovation was always in my mind. So after seventh or eighth, I figured it out. Like after all those failed dreams of being an astronaut or to be a scientist, I got the reality check and I thought that okay, engineering is something that I can do. So I was pretty confused. I didn't have any knowledge about engineering because my family is everyone is government job holder. Okay, so they try to push me towards that or doctor to be a doctor. But me being the odd one, I opt for engineering. But in 11th, 12th also I took biology because at that time also I was not very sure that what I am going to do after 2 years. So biology is something, if you take biology, then you can opt for engineering and medical both. So in that mindset, I took that. And also the fun fact is I didn't have any personal computer till I joined college. I didn't even have internet connection till I passed my boards. I didn't even have a proper mobile phone till I passed my 12th. Okay. So I learned that there is this thing called programming after I joined the course of computer science. This is pretty funny, I know. But when I chose to join engineering and when I convinced my parents that I just want to do engineering, no matter which college it is, then I had some family like cousins and all who had done engineering or diploma, you can say. So I called them and I asked, what are the streams? What is a stream? What is the difference between a stream? And then I had a trip after 12th, of friends and family trip to Digha, not so far. So when I was coming back, I was watching this movie called The Social Network. That is the story behind how Facebook was built from the
Right.
Harvard dorm rooms. So that's when that eureka moments, the bulb moment. So that's when I realized this is something that I'm gonna join. So
Great.
that's how I came into the field of computer science. So yeah,
That's it. So, guys, you should remember that though you don't have the resources, you should always follow your dream. One day it will happen. You just have to work hard,
yeah.
work on your dream, and it will happen. So, if it's okay, would you like to share your CGPA in your college, like average?
Yeah. My average CGPA last time I checked, it was like 7.64. I was not a good student. My
But
graph
still,
of
you get the job.
CGPA is
But you still got the
yeah.
job. Right.
For job, yeah, for job CGPA doesn't matter. You know that.
Right.
For job CGPA doesn't matter.
Right. And guys, I am not encouraging you to bring low CGPA, but it does not matter. Like there are some of my friends who have got like 9.89, but still they didn't have a job right now. So don't get demotivated that you don't have that much amount of CGPA compared to your friend. You just have to work hard, right?
No, you just have to maintain a certain limit. Like there is in West Bengal or in India, mass recruiters prefer 6.5 to 7 CGPA on an average. If you can maintain that or above that, it's equal. If you just if you are happy with the job.
Okay. So let's come to this question that whether Wipro was on campus or off campus. Like how did you apply it?
Actually, I guess I'm not sure. It probably it was on campus, but we had to apply for it. Somehow we had to submit the CV and all, but it was probably one on campus because we got the information by our college faculties and everything was monitored by college. So probably the application process was off campus, but it was on campus, I guess.
Okay. So what are the documents required? What are the documents required for like applying to these companies?
This is the thing that your college will definitely guide you, but in general, it's all the certificates and mark sheets like 10+2 certificates and marks of your ID proof and everything. These are common things to identify yourself.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So now you're registered. Now, how was the screening procedure? Like how did you went for a center to give the examination? Or did you get any sort of link and you gave the examination right at your house? How did this whole screening thing happen?
So we're living in a phase in the entire history of humanity where everything is going on from home due to the pandemic, due to the COVID-19. So we didn't have an option to go to the center, but like in the traditional way, Wipro take exams into the centers. Like all of our past seniors, they had to go to a center, and this is more like joint entrance and everything. That is their procedure. But as I don't know, we got lucky or it is a blessing in disguise, but we got an opportunity to sit for the exam from home. So we got a exam link, and then we opt for that. So yeah.
So what are the topics that were covered in the screening test?
See, there is a thing like probably there, because I have sat for 3 similar kind of examinations, TCS, CTS, and Wipro. So I am kind of pretty much confused because I don't exactly remember which exam was for which company. But for Wipro, maybe it was 3 sections. One was aptitude. That is pretty much same for everything. Every company would be sitting for. Another was coding round, that there were like pretty basic codings, and another was like it was probably essay writing, or it was technical knowledge, I guess. So I am really messing up because I forgot. There were too many exams that we had to give.
Right. So like talking in general, if a student is applying to these companies, to these mass recruiters like Wipro, Cognizant, or TCS, so what are the basic things a student should know to crack this screening test and go for the interview? What?
See, so basically there are 3 types of students. One type of students is who are who get good marks in every college semester, who knows more or less about the syllabus. Another type of student is who are really good at coding. They have a great practical knowledge and experience, but they are not that much good in theoretical exams and everything. And another type of student is who knows both. Okay, they are also good in coding, they are also in theory, and there are some other students who are not good for anything. Probably they are going to be some entrepreneur or something like that. So the basic knowledge you need for all of this set to crack any exam, first of all, you need to know basic aptitudes, because if you're going for higher education after that, like say GATE or CAT, aptitude is going to follow you everywhere. Right. So you better, if you are a third year or second year students, you better start doing those things, because aptitude is something that looks really scary. because people like me or us, because if I represent a group who are not that much studious, so aptitude has a huge syllabus of maths and everything. But when you start doing it, no, it is really easy. So you better start doing aptitude. Once you have aptitude done, then technical part won't be that hard, because you will be starting that for 4 years, right? And there will be basic codings. So if you practice coding for 6 months before the exam, there is a higher probability that you will be cracking all the competitive exams for mass recruiters. And you need definitely some core knowledge of your subjects.
Okay.
Like for our case, we are computer science students, so the subjects like DBMS, that is very important. The subject like probably data structure algorithm, that is very much important for any job of computer science. And yeah, these two subjects you have to cover, because if you think practically also, if you are coding or if you have a company, which type of employee will you hire? Who knows how a program works?
Right.
So these are the things you need to know.
So basically, summing up, if you are preparing for any sort of higher education examination like CAT or GATE, you would be pretty much covered. You don't need to study like differently for this screening thing. Secondly, you have to be good with mathematics to crack the aptitude. Secondly, you have to know the basic coding so that you can crack the coding rounds. And fourth, you should be knowing all the basics of your core subject so that you can easily solve or able to answer if any sort of questions is asked. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how was your experience in the screening test? Like, you cracked it, right?
Okay. So I don't say I hope that the interview is not going too far, because I have a habit of talking very much. So then I can share the experience, because my experience was quite like interesting, because first of all, when I was in first year, I never thought I will be sitting for a job, because I had that entrepreneurial kira inside me. But later I got the reality check. Before entrepreneurship, you need a good college background in India. So even before fourth year also, I was not pretty much, even 3 months before the placement, I was not pretty much sure that I was going to sit for placement or not.
Right.
So that's why I didn't have a good preparation. Okay. But Somojit knows I have worked on many practical projects, so I had that experience, but I was not prepared for.
He's a great videographer. You don't know how great he makes videos. He also has a YouTube channel. I'm going to be linking everything in the description below. Check it out. He makes amazing videos and amazing video work. He also shoots music videos and stuff. Amazing work. I'll give the link in the description. Just check it out after watching this video.
Thanks for the kind words, Somojit. That's very nice of you. Yeah, but apart from video also, I did a lot of projects in tech, like I made apps and website and everything, but I was not at all prepared for this interview or placement process. As I said, apart from the technical knowledge, you need theoretical knowledge also. So I was not studying that much, and my aptitude was not at all strong. So at the last moment, I just jumped into the placement drive because I didn't have anything else to do. So I was set for TCS. I got rejected. I was highly demotivated after that, because placement. I heard this quote somewhere. If you are watching this video when you are going through the placement procedure or placement session of your college, campus placement is the toughest phase of your life. One of the toughest phase of your life throughout the entire world. It's not India. It's even if it is a first world country, then also it's same, because this is the first time you face so much pressure, so much expectation. So nothing was different for me also. I didn't expect that I will be getting so much demotivated, not getting selected for a job. But when you see your peers, Somojit himself also was selected for TCS. So when you see your peers are getting selected, with whom you studied for 4 years, like engineering is a course of fun, but when the fun ends, the placement starts, and the fun ended, and that was very demotivating for me. But after that, I sat for CTS and TCS also, Wipro also. So I got selected for CTS and Wipro for the interview process. Okay, so our interview for CTS and Wipro was like 18th was our CTS and 19th was Wipro. like 2 days in a row.
Okay.
So, what can be the most unlucky thing that can happen to you? You have two important interviews in a row. So, if the first interview goes bad, that will create an impact on the second interview,
Right.
because these are our first interview.
Right.
So that thing happened. That thing happened to me. My CTS interview was really, really bad. Like, I have heard from the seniors that they have had amazing interview experience and everything. Even my past roommate, he also had a great experience in CTS interview. But my interviewer, the person who was interviewing me, he was really uninterested to take my interview. I hope I will not get into any trouble after this. There is no way to identify the interviewer.
It's true.
Yeah, it was least interested. Yeah, it was a virtual interview. He was turning off the camera every time, giving me a question. Even if I was saying the answer, he was asking me 3 or 4 times the same answer. I had to repeat it.
Okay.
So my confidence was shaken. Shomojit knows that I am a very, very people's person. I love talking to people, and I am an extrovert person. I don't have a.
Not only that, truly speaking, whenever I get demotivated, I go to him and ask for motivation. Like, really, he knows very well there are things that happened, and I was depressed as heck, but he was the one I went for, and I talked with him, and I got motivated. So
I am the one who is like really happy to help you. But the thing is that the interview, I don't have a stage fear or anything. So, but that day, I remember while I was typing in the keyboard, the code in the chat section, my hands were shaking literally. My fingers were shaking. I will never forget that day, because the interviewer created so much scene. So CTS interview process was like, we will be having 2 interviews in one day in a row. Like, if you are selected for technical, then and there only they will take your HR interview. So the interview didn't take my HR, so I realized, okay, so this is done. This is done. So I was.
In your CTS interview, the technical guy asked you questions, and then he left. The HR person didn't ask you any questions.
No, I was not asked any HR question, but then I called many people who were sitting for the CTS interview. They said, they were asked HR question. Most of them were, but that interviewer I identified, he probably was sitting to reject, because there are rejection panels also. You have to know, because some panels are there. They are only taking the interview to reject you, because probably they have selected the amount of people they've already selected. So I didn't believe in these things, but then they realized this is the truth, because that interviewer again didn't take HR round and created same scenes with 3 more students. Okay, so I was highly broken. I was highly demotivated. Next day I had Wipro interview. I remember calling many of my friends to talk and everything. It was not like I was desperate for a job, but it is a strange situation. You are sitting for it.
I know that.
Yeah. So
personally, when I gave my CTS, I was not shortlisted for an interview, and it was my first time, and I was like heartbroken. Like, what happened? Everything is.
I got shortlisted for the CTS interview, and many people, there are rumors from seniors. Okay, you got it to the technical interview. They will be very cool, and you are getting the job. So there were that kind of news also. So I was not prepared for the worst. So that day I remember I took my bike and I went on a long ride alone, and I called a friend. I talked for 3 hours. Nothing meaningful. I was just talking about life, because I wanted to talk it out, because I was so stressed. Right. I was never stressed with this kind of things. So somehow I managed to decrease my stress. And the next day I had Wipro interview, and Wipro interview was scheduled at 3 p.m. of the afternoon.
Okay, so
for some technical issues,
how was the these interviews are getting scheduled? Like, if someone student is watching his video, candidate is watching your video, and he was able to clear the screening test, then how these links are sent to you?
See, I believe that this thing differs from college to college because there are placement coordinators. It is up to them how they will decide. Some college may decide they will be circulating the links via email. Some college may decide they will do it via Facebook group. Some college may decide via WhatsApp group. In our case, we had some some of all of them because we had a Facebook group. Some interviewers scheduled in WhatsApp groups. We had emails also. So it depends on college. So that was the case. So my Wipro interview was scheduled 19th November, 3 p.m. of the afternoon. Okay. So I was ready. I was
technical as well as HR. The one you're talking about.
No, for Wipro, the two interviews are in separate dates. So there is also an interesting story. So that was a technical interview. Okay. So 19th, that was a technical interview, and the time was 3 p.m. of the afternoon. So I was getting ready, and one tip I want to give everyone who is watching. I don't know how many people are watching. That is, from the CTS interview, I learned one very important thing, and also from my past roommate, because we don't live together anymore, but we were very good friends. So CTS interview of my roommate was very, very funny. Like he is preparing for GATE. He was not at all interested for any kind of job. He didn't sit for any placement. I sat for like 5 or 6 companies, probably gave the test at least. But he was least interested. Okay, he was busy with his preparation and everything. So one Sunday there were CTS exam. So he felt lazy. He had time. He sat for the exam. He qualified. It was that case. And his exam time was scheduled on the interview date Monday. It was Monday, 11:30 of the morning. But for some reason, the interviewers preponed the interview, and that was pre-scheduled. That was scheduled from 9:30 of that day. So that guy, he was sleeping like hell, turning his phones off and everything. That I have interview at 11:30. I will wake up and I will give the interview. He was least bothered to check the WhatsApp group even, right? So my interview was from 8:30, but I couldn't sleep the last night. So when I saw that, I called that guy because I know he's least scared. So I called, he didn't pick up. Then I called his landlord and told her that please call him. There is an important thing. And there was 40 minutes left for the interview. He woke up, he was all relaxed, he was casual, he sat for the interview. The interview was fun. He is placed in CTS right now. And for my case, I took too much pressure. Even that guy told me, "Jay, bro, don't take too much pressure. Be candid." But I couldn't help. It was my first interview. Right. So after CTS, I remember thinking that, "Jo hona hai hone do bhai. I will be just as I am." I didn't even read any of my placement notes, like the basic codes and everything before the Wipro interview. Everything that was for CTS, that was for Wipro. So I was that candid. I was relaxed. I will get selected or not, doesn't matter. Okay. So that's how I was sitting for that thing. And it was scheduled, as I said, at 3:30. But for some technical reason, it kept postponing, and when you have that thing, you are getting anxiety also, somewhat anxiety. It kept postponing, and I remember entering the video conference at 8 p.m. of the evening. It was 5 hours late.
You were waiting
3 p.m.
Oh, 3 p.m.
3:30. 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. So it was 5 hours late. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't eat anything. I was literally that kind of thing. So I sat for the Wipro interview, and it was pretty much. Sorry. There is a mistake. The thing I am talking about, this is not a technical round. This is about the HR round. Okay. The interview got postponed in the HR. For technical, it was on time. It was in the afternoon only, from 3 p.m. And that was CAS. That was CAS, like function for palindrome, palindrome string. Like if a program don't have a main function, will it be compiled or not? These kind of things. And I was completely candid. Basic questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I was completely candid, and the interview went really well. And even if it was a technical round, I remember the interviewer asking me HR questions also. So that was a positive sign.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have anything else to ask.
Right.
So I talked to the seniors who were guiding me. They said, yeah, that is not a bad, but one mistake I did that you guys should not do. She asked me, are you nervous? So I said, yeah, but I mean, there are few minutes they will greet you and everything, you will greet them. So they asked me, are you nervous? So I said, yeah, a little bit, because last day also I had a interview. You should never say you had an interview or not. So interviewer asked me, so this is not your first interview. So I got in a trap and I had to say no. But you can say no. I didn't say the company's name, but you should never mention any interview that you are having around that time, even if you are fresher. But I got lucky, that didn't affect, because my interview went really well.
Great.
And another mistake I did that my seniors said, there, if you see many interview process, they will tell you many tips. Like I saw many interview videos, and one of the tip was, you should ask the interviewer after the interview, how was your interview, to take a feedback that creates a positive impact.
Okay.
But they didn't tell the thing. You should only ask that when the interviewer gives you opportunity to ask a question to themselves. Okay. So I forgot that, and I didn't know that the interviewer was saying that, okay, your interview was over, and me being the internet research wala banda, I tried to make a positive impact and I asked the question. So she said, we are not allowed to share any information. So that can actually, if the interviewer was like the CTS guy, that can actually make a negative impact, because we didn't ask you to ask any question. Then you should not ask. But if you are given a chance, then you should definitely ask the feedback. Okay. And after that, HR interview was scheduled 3 days after a technical interview in the November only. But again, that also got postponed, and our HR interview was 1 month after a technical interview, like 1 month delay. Yeah, so it was December 18th I sat for the technical HR interview, and as I said, HR interview kept postponing.
Okay, so I have one question. Was the technical interview an elimination round?
Actually, yes, technical interview was elimination round, because many of probably 100 or 200 people was cancelled from the technical interview process.
Okay, so after technical interview, there are students getting eliminated, so you have to give a technical.
Yeah, that is everywhere. Even if there are same panel of interviewers who are taking at the same day your HR and technical, then also there after technical, even if they are sitting on the same table, they will reject you. So if there are two phases, there are two rejection panels. So yeah.
Okay.
So as I was saying, my HR interview was quite interesting, because that was really like, that went really unexpectedly well. I don't know if I should tell this or not, but I will share some instances. Like first of all, I no one prepares for HR interview except good morning and that greetings and all. I also did not. But when I sat for the HR interview, what do you expect the interviewer to ask you? Shomojit, what do you expect? How was your HR interview?
So I was asked that, hey, how are you? What are you doing right now? What are your hobbies? Then only talking about the HR part, they asked me whether you are good. Like, can you work in the night shift? Can you, if we relocate, are you willing to go there? Something like that. I've been asked like that.
Yeah, so this relocation and night shift questions were asked for Wipro in the technical round only. As I said, I was asked some HR question. But in the HR interview, like we had 15 minutes span for each student of our group. We had different groups of interviews. So for our panel, there was 15 minutes span. Okay. So we were in a WhatsApp group. I remember the person just after me, his name is Shagni. So we were in the same college, but we knew each other for the Wipro interview process only. Okay. So I remember he kept texting me, bro, this is 15 minutes and it's been 30 minutes. probably interviewer is in very bad mood, because some interviews went for 30 to 40 minutes also. Okay. So we get very nervous, and Sagnik was really nervous, and I said chill, because I knew from the CTS, because চাপ নিয়ে কিছু হবে না ভাই, ঠিক আছে. So yeah, so when I entered my CV, for, as I said, I was least prepared for the placement process. I have done startups and I have worked with startup also. So one of the things that I have done mostly in the startup world where I work is digital marketing. So I had probably 3 to 4 different internships in digital marketing. I had certificates in digital marketing. So the interviewer was really candid and really cool. He was a mid-aged guy, but he was really cool. So he asked Souvik, he skipped everything. He went straight to the interview part. And he said, I had a mistake in my CV also, a printing mistake. Like my CGPA percentage was 68.9%, but it was printed 6.89%. So he asked me, I'm telling you this because this kind of things, when the interviewer asks why your CV is not, because this is a very crucial thing, because they can say you are not at all attentive or serious. But he was very candid. He said, okay, no issues, we understand. So don't take chap whenever you have some kind of mess up or anything. So the interviewer asked me, I see a lot of digital marketing thing in your CV. So I myself am also very interested in digital marketing. I'm very curious to use this word. I want to know about digital marketing. Okay. See, HR interview was nothing to judge your capability in technical or anything you will do. This is to judge how you are as a human being, how you are as a team player, how you will work in a workspace. Will you harm anyone? Will you kill anyone? Will you harass anyone? So HR understands this thing from psychological things. And there are certain things also there, how good problem solver you are, that they can't understand in technical round because they have limited time. So he asked to elaborate what is digital marketing to me. And at that moment, the things clicked in my mind. Arey bro, I have been doing this thing for last 4 years. And now he asked me something this. So I explained him so well, just like I would explain. At some point, I literally forgot. I literally forgot that it was an interview. I was treating him as my client, and I was explaining why he should do digital marketing. Then he was very impressed, and he asked me to show some example of beautiful execution of digital marketing. That can be my work, or that can be any Facebook page or anything. So I opened an Instagram page of Fevicol. If you guys check, Fevicol has a great page of digital marketing in Instagram. So I took every post from Fevicol's page and I explained why this post can generate good amount of customers. And he was so impressed. He said something like, it was really nice talking to you, Souvik. Very nice, very kind words, and that boosted my energy and confidence. And after that, he even, this is a very rare case. He even showed me the entire hierarchy, how I will go if I get selected in an interview, how I will be selected for the project, what I should learn. He didn't even give me the scope to say that I already know Python. But he kept saying you have to learn Python and everything, how the work life and everything. I didn't have to ask anything. Wow. So he explained everything. So there was a sign, okay, probably I am getting selected. So after that, I asked everyone if their interview was also like that or not. But everyone said, the person I asked, they said no one experienced this kind of thing, like explaining everything.
I'm hearing this for the first time. Like I have never seen any of interviews, not in the mass. Like I have never seen an interview where the interviewer explaining the whole track. So it's a unicorn.
Yeah, and there were some other things also the interviewer said, but I think I should not say those things. But they were really positive signs. They were really positive signs for the interview to know that okay, this is going really well. So after the interview was done, my interview was done within 14 minutes. And then I understood if the time span is short, that means the interview is really well. But I felt the interview was going for more time because that was very interactive.
Right.
And yeah, after that 4th January, it was for all of us, Shomojit and all of us, the day entire first phase placement Excel sheet was released. And that day I got to know that I got selected for Wipro. So it was a very interesting journey for Wipro.
So how you felt that
And
time when you saw your name on the list?
honestly speaking, I myself is a very entrepreneurial personality. So Mujhe knows that interview and placement was very like coincidence for me. I was not planned to sit for it, but I don't regret. Probably I will also join Wipro and work for Wipro for a few years. But when I never expected that getting a job will give me that kind of feeling. Maybe thinking about being an entrepreneur gives me that kind of dopamine extract to feel good. But that day when I saw the list, that moment I didn't feel anything. But when I called my dad and my mom, and when I told them that I got a job, and their reaction, after seeing their reaction, man, that's going to be the most beautiful day of my life. No matter how small your job is, no matter if your roommate is getting 1 or 2 lakhs pay package per annum than you, no matter if it is a private or product based or service based company. But after this 4 years of grinding, the middle class parents always expect you to have a job because they
Right.
are more because we are in a private college.
Right.
So people didn't have good expectations from us. Even I don't know about Shomojit because I had to hear a lot of negative things
Same.
from my family members because I was going for a college that didn't have a pass out batch. We
Right.
are third batch of U year.
Right. Right.
So when we entered, we didn't have a fourth year.
Right.
So after all this fourth year grindings and everything, when your parent hear all of their money, because our total college fees for 4 years is probably 5 lakhs, near 5 lakhs. So 5 lakhs for a middle class Bengali family is a huge amount. So after all this thing, all these days, and personally, we being the student, as Shomodit said, we also, engineering is a roller coaster, guys. We also had bad days and everything. After all this, the job was the thing that got us into this college.
Right.
Probably we will have something, even if we don't do anything. And after all this thing, after seeing their feelings, that day, I even recorded all the calls where I said for the first time to a person, close people of mine, that I got the job, and I have uploaded them to my drive for lifetime so that I can hear them, how my mom's first reaction was, how my father's first reaction was.
Great.
So it's priceless. It's
Obviously.
it's priceless.
I
So,
also still remember the time I told them that I also got a job. It doesn't matter whether it's big or not, but that moment was
yeah, because we live. I don't know from where you are watching, but me, Somojit, we live in a Bengali family, and Bengali families are very conservative about the children and all. So getting a job is the first time in a Bengali family, or I think in any Indian family, it's the first time when you are getting the feeling to be the like fully independent. Okay, maybe I am not a millionaire, but at least I am self-sustaining. I don't have to answer my parents, and your parents also think the same thing. And it is a huge deal. It is a transition from being a child to your parents or a kid to your parents to somewhat okay, he will manage.
right.
So this transition means a lot. So yeah.
So we did talked about a lot of stuff and covered a lot of things. We did have a lot of deep conversation today. I hope you guys liked it, and
Yeah.
congrats on cracking Wipro. It was really great for you. Like from failure to success, he's the example. So thank you, Shobik, for sharing your experience. And I won't ask this question that do you have some tips for your junior, because I believe
No, you should ask. I have a tip. I have a tip that I would say if you didn't ask you also.
please.
Yeah. So I am being very extrovert to share this tip because the Wipro thing, the HR thing, and this is not a coincidence. Being because the HR interview went so well, because that went so well, because I was very good at digital marketing, that the interviewer knew that I know what I am saying, and that is a thing that makes a lot of sense as a human being.
Right.
And how did this happen? This happened because I didn't know for my last 3 years in college, what the hell am I gonna do with digital marketing? What the hell am I gonna do running all this Facebook page, creating memes and everything? Yeah, I did earn a little cash, pocket money, but I didn't know if I am going to make a career in that or not. I still don't know how digital marketing is going to help in my career or anything. But I was so passionate in doing that. Shomajit knows I used to run many Facebook pages, meme pages, and everything. So I was very passionate in doing that. That I learned that very well from practical experiences, and somehow the dots connected. And even if it is a small achievement in my life, in many aspects, getting a job at Wipro, somehow dots connected, and somehow, as I said, I was least prepared. Somehow, it gave me something. So if you are someone who is very confused about what you are doing and how this thing, that can be a design class in your BTech college, that can be martial art class. We used to have martial art in our first year, martial art class in college. That can be anything, but if you're passionate, keep doing that. Even if you don't make a business or anything, trust me, that thing will make a sense in your life. And this is a small example of how the dots connected, just like Steve Jobs said.
Yeah.
So that's my tip to any, because I remember being a fresher on first or second year student, being very confused what's going to happen, because at that time we were immature, we were figuring out things. We are somewhat experienced a lot of things. We know how people react, how people play with your mind, and everything other than that. When you were in first and second year, you were still a kid. You were just out of school,
Right.
so you don't know many things. So just keep going. Just don't look backward. Just don't look right or left. Just keep going. That can be anything. So dots will somehow connect. And last thing, if I can get a job with that kind of preparation in placement, it's not that I don't know engineering. I know my subjects even more than many of my classmates. I'm not bragging, but I have the experiences.
Yeah.
So maybe, but somehow dots connected and I got the job. So keep believing and do whatever makes you feel good. And if you want to get a job, last 6 months, start preparing. You can get a job.
So thanks a lot, Shovik, for sharing your experience. And if you have any sort of questions that you want to ask him, I'm going to be leaving his Instagram, his LinkedIn, and also please check out his YouTube channel. He makes amazing contents, amazing vlogs. Just check it out. You will love them. And do subscribe to his channel and my channel as well. So thank you, Shovik.
Yeah, subscribe to Shobhadip channels. I was very optimistic about this guy being an YouTuber, but after first year he stopped making videos. So I hope he will get back into the schedule again.
This year I already made a video in my channel that this year I'm going to be working hard on this channel and making content and doing something different.
Yeah, subscribe to Shomodit's channel. And if you have time, if you like me, if you like my conversations, my channel also has some good content about students and also about my personal life also. You can check it out if you have time. So yeah.
Please check it out. You make some amazing content. And
thank you, man.
One thing I like to touch upon that you said that though we are not from IIT or NIT or Jadavpur, people do criticize. And when I first came to my college, I thought that it's my biggest mistake that I joined this college. I had to wear a uniform. I cannot do anything in my life. Everything is finished. But believe me, I'm saying I can stamp it on my chest and I can say that UM was the best thing that ever that happened with me, because not only I got amazing friends, I was able to learn a lot of things that no college would have done.
Right now, as you were saying this thing, UM is the best thing that happened to you. I am getting literally goosebumps because I also feel the same. UM is the best thing that happened to me. Probably now when I look back, I think maybe I should try for an IIT because I was least care about studies. But I don't regret being in UEM. Being a new college also, we are third batch. We trusted the college blindly. That is a very big mistake to do. You should not do it. But we did that and college did not disappointed us.
Yes.
UEM is a very fun place. And from my YouTube channel, because I have the most realistic videos about life at UEM. So I get DMs in my Instagram every now and then whenever there is a new session that they will be joining. Every now and then I should join UEM or not, how the life and everything. I always tell them, bro, if you are very clear with your dreams and thoughts and everything, UM is the place where the magic happens, and I'm not bragging. Many people will criticize me. Our classmates are going to spam the comment section. Magic happens. How can that possible? But trust me, I don't know about Somojit, but there were many moments that were really magical at UM.
Really?
I think the main reason for us, because when we joined, the locality where our college was, that was not at all crowded. That is a very sober and quiet place, very very modified and quiet place, and the nature is beautiful there. That is away from the city. Even if it is Kolkata,
Right.
that is a little outskirts. So UM is a great place to study. But again, if you are aiming to be dependent on college only, then don't come to UEM or to any private college. But if you want to have a great life and a great support from college, and if you are self-learning, that most of the engineers does,
Right.
then you come to UEM. That is a great college. That is the best thing that can happen to you.
It's the best place. And also about the culture.
Yeah.
I have been to different colleges. I don't want to criticize them, but I feel that our college has the best culture ever. Like
Our college,
I have seen in different colleges that people don't treat you well. Like, hey, you have this, you don't have this. But in personally speaking, in my college, I never faced this. Like, we treat everyone equally. We don't see color, racism, nothing. We don't see anything. We just want to be friends.
No, racism is not there in India, but joking apart, but maybe some places are there. Yeah, maybe some lavish colleges. I am getting which college you were trying to say, but maybe there are some lavish colleges and everything. But in UEM, the most, say.
I have been going to hackathons, and I don't want to name the college, but when I went there, I have been criticized. I've been told a 4-letter word that I don't want to say right now, but it is there.
Yeah, then it's a shame. But in our college, the most fun part that people will feel very secure, or parents will feel very secure, is we don't have any ragging. Yeah. People will never rag you, because when we sign a probably 40-page contract before joining the college, there is clearly stated you can't rag anyone. If you do, then they can take really big actions against you because you are breaching your own contract.
Right.
And another thing is in UEM, that is even if the college is small, but there is a lot of innovation. There is a lot of innovation and everything. I remember when we were in first year, Somojit and I were in same section when we were in first year. So I remember in the lunch break, I don't know if this thing still goes on or not in UEM. I remember lunch break, people there would be couples. I also had a girlfriend, but I remember there used to be teams. Like we used to have 3 rows. There used to be teams. Like people used to sit with laptop and they used to work on their startups or their personal project. Shomujit also was working some personal project in first year. I was also working on my startup, and everywhere, if the people are in the class, either they're with the girlfriend or they're making some plan or discussing about some startup. And this kind of culture I have never seen in any college. And being a very small college or not, we actually have 2 or 3 successful startups and many failed entrepreneurs also. I am also a failed entrepreneur till now. So yeah, UM has a really great essence.
Yeah. I can't agree more. We have this culture like we always want to give our best and do something great out of it. And also the
Yeah, but
teachers also help.
be prepared. Yeah, be prepared to wear a uniform for 4 years and to wear shoes and ties and get criticized for not wearing uniform. So
And-
that's you have to be very sure.
And if you're from UN, remember you have to be good at climbing.
No, I am not going to say anything for that. But yeah, we have people because in colleges there are many colleges where people jump out of college to get out of college, because many colleges in Kolkata, St. Thomas and all,
Yeah,
they have restrictions.
Hmm.
But in UEM you do the both. We had to jump into college to attend some classes because the teachers was very strict, and we used to jump out of college also to get out. And don't try that because the walls are really high right now.
Yeah.
Last time we tried many years back, 2 or 3 years back, and the pandemic happens also, and we stopped going to college when we were third year. And don't try that also because UM has a great attendance policy.
Yeah.
I remember many people. I have seen people who were like, the last day they were fine, the next day they are coming with plasters, and I asked what happened, and they were like, they fell and they broke a hand or leg. I literally saw 3 or 4 this kind of incident just to get out of the college. And people being very desperate to get out of college, because maybe in some colleges where there is no restriction, maybe people would like to stay in the class, but just because we have that rule that you can't get out, that is more exciting for us.
Yeah.
Even if we don't want to go anywhere, we will go straight to home. People try to get out, but now probably it is very, very tough because the walls are really high.
And don't try it, but this strictness will only help you, believe me. Now I think we both
there are loopholes. You just have to find it.
Yeah, you have to find it, right? Just believe me, this strict manner did help us a lot. We never let on, like if
UM had taught us a lot of discipline, at least a few, to wake up early.
Yeah.
I never managed, but I was late every day, but still somehow that managed. And yeah.
Thank you, Shovik, for sharing your entire experience of your college, as well as your CTS, as well as your Wipro interview experience. I hope many students will be benefited out of it. And again, congrats on cracking the job interview. And I believe you will do something greater than that. You are a great entrepreneur, great human being, great motivator, great influencer. And I'm going to be leaving everything. If you want to contact him or see his content on YouTube in the description below, just check him out. And thank you for this talk. Have a great day. Good night.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.